Hello everyone, my name is Kate and I'm coming to you from Florida. This is the Wool Poet podcast. I guess I'll start off with a little bit about me. I'm a chemist of about 2.5 years in the industry. I'm also a mom. I have a daughter that's almost 8, and then I'm in my son's nursery because this is kind of the calmest room in our house. And he is about 3 months old right now. So I have Harbor and Hudson, and I have a wonderful husband, and I love to knit. I also like to crochet. I like to dabble in like all the hobbies, and I'm the kind of person that, I'm also a yoga teacher. I kind of do that for just for fun. And I'm also a practitioner. And I'm the kind of person who will pick up a hobby and then lose interest, and then it comes back and I'm on fire and I want to do everything. So last night, and this happens every fall, I pulled out all of my yarn and all my projects that have been sitting in the closet and kind of reassessed everything. So I wanted to share everything with you, and hopefully making podcast sticks for me this time. I love sharing about my knitting, and I don't really have anyone to do that with that understands knitting and how much work it is, besides the lovely ladies at my local yarn shop. So I have a lot to share with you before my baby wakes up from his nap. So hopefully I can get that all in for this first podcast. So I guess I'll start off, I'll show you my lovely stack of knits. This isn't everything. It's been, there's been a lot on my needles recently, so I don't have everything to share, but this is just some that I could find. But I guess I should start off with what I'm wearing. This is like a super oversized, I think it's sweater number 6. It's one of the beginner sweaters from My Favorite Things Knitwear, and it's very off gauge. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I found out that I'm a very loose knitter, so I've been knitting like 2 needle size, like by knitting the correct needle size, I'm knitting 2 needle sizes larger than I need to get gauge. So I've had to go down like 2 millimeters every time to get gauge. So this was definitely knit off gauge. The length of the sleeves and everything is just kind of my own choosing. I really just usually follow the yoke and then decide how long I want the body and sleeves myself. But yeah, I really like this. It's knit in Newton. I believe it's Trap was the color, held double. It's definitely a little itchy, but it is very warm. I wish I had made it a little less cropped, because when it is cold out, you definitely want to be warm all the way down. But yeah, I will show you. This is actually one of the only things I've made, one of 2 things I've made crochet recently. This is, I guess I should backtrack. So I'm gonna teach a yoga class that's like Halloween themed, and it really just took one for me. Like I saw a picture of this on Pinterest and I was like, I can make that to wear for my class. And here it is. It really was so quick. I'm so sorry, I cannot remember who the pattern is by. She has a free tutorial video on YouTube. And then she also has a digital pattern, which I bought because I like following like a written pattern. But I'll share all that down below. But if you search like a spider web crochet sweater, it'll probably be the first to come up. But it's 2 panels that make this like cobweb shape. You're like increasing your chains every time around, and then you connect everything, and then you kind of add on these sleeves to match up. I haven't woven in any of the ends, and I'm not sure if I will. I think it might kind of add to that spider web kind of thing. But yeah, it's really fun. it was really hard to look at when I was crocheting it because it was hard to tell like what was going on. But yeah, I really like it. And I think it'll be fun to wear for Halloween, and you know, Halloween's to come. I'm a big lover of Halloween, like not the scary Halloween, but like the spooky, cute Halloween. And then a lot of these that I'm gonna show you, actually all of these were for my son, that I've knit like while I was pregnant, and then some I finished recently. And this is something that makes me so sad. He's a big boy. So by the time I finished this is like newborn size, he only got to wear it like twice. And we live in Florida, so it's not really that cold yet. So if you're doing any baby knits, I highly recommend knitting like 6-month sizes, because then it could just be oversized until they get 6 months, and then maybe knit like a 12-month size. But this is, oh goodness, I should have looked up all the patterns before. I'm so sorry, guys. This is knit in, I believe it's Drops. Air, the fluffy yarn, like the blown yarn that they have in a gray color. And then I just have some like, is it alabaster? Some cute little buttons. I'm recording on my phone, so it is a little hard to focus. And my husband has a nice camera, so eventually in the future I'll record on there. I just had this little bit of time and thought I would use it. But this is, it's a bodysuit. It's a sleep suit. Selma sleep suit, I think, by Petite Knit. And I honestly just kind of got sick of knitting garter. So I cast off and just made it a little cardigan. But I definitely wish I'd made it longer and the sleeves longer. But it is super cute. It's definitely going to go in his keepsake box. So maybe when he has a baby one day. And then I made him this. This is the, I'm probably not going to remember, but it's a drop shoulder pattern by Petite Knit. It's the Holga, I think, the stripes cardigan. And I just knit it all in one color. And this is in a cotton yarn, like Juniper Moons. It's like a cotton, I think it's 100%. But it's so soft and nice, and it's like a little thick and thin throughout, which I love. And then I got these super cute buttons on Etsy that are ceramic, and I think they matched perfectly for the color. So I knit this in a 1-year size. So this will be, his birthday is in July, so this will be perfect for next summer. Just because the AC's on everywhere in Florida, so even when it's hot outside, it's usually cold inside. So I think that will be nice and super cute on him. This is probably my second favorite thing I've made, maybe ever. It's so freaking cute. I used all scraps. So this is a Knit Picks. They're like Wonder Fluff, and then I used, this is Drops Air that I had left over, and then just scraps that I used to embroider. Hold it up. There we go. Are you kidding me? He's a dinosaur. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. This I think I knit in a 1-year size also. It's intarsia. This was my first time ever doing intarsia, and it was so fun. It took me a couple times to figure it out. And then look, his tail comes around the back. And I know it's black yarn, so it's hard to see, but there's these like ruffles that are his spines going up his back. But I think I haven't blocked it. I don't know if I will, honestly. Isn't that so cute? Maybe I'll stitch these down so they kind of stay up better, but this is a pattern by Wool and Beyond. I love her patterns. She's got some cute kids patterns, like some beanies. She also has this in a unicorn. Don't worry, I asked my daughter. She did not want the unicorn one, which I was kind of bummed because I really wanted to make her one. But I know she's very particular about what she wears, so I don't want to make something if it's not what she wants. This was something else that I was inspired to make by Wool and Beyond. It's Vertices Unite, but the blanket version, the baby blanket version by Stephen West. Isn't it beautiful? I got a bunch of like neutral colors and DK weight. And this would honestly be a great like scrappy project, because if you just run out of one color, just grab another DK weight. I think it was like 600 yards total is what I needed. And it was really fun to knit, because like right when you start to get kind of sick of like doing one phase of it, then you get to pick up and do another, and then you're using different colors. And then you finish it off with an I-cord edge. This has actually been the most used item. I mean, he sleeps with this every night. The nurses said that this would be safe to swaddle him with when he was a newborn. So this is like, and it's warm. We keep it really cool in our house. So it's just been so nice to wrap him up in this, and I know he's warm. So definitely recommend. This has been the best. I guess the second best thing I've made for Hudson. So those are all the finished objects for the most part. This one, these are toys I made. So I got this baby gym without toys off of Facebook Marketplace for like 10 bucks. And then I got these little wooden O-rings from Hobby Lobby, and these little wooden beads. And I just sanded them down and used some beeswax to kind of soften them a bit. So if he like puts it in his mouth, he's not getting like wood dust. It just kind of smooths everything. And then I crocheted these. I will also link that down below. It's like a kit. She makes the patterns and sells the toys, and then she also sells the patterns to make the toys yourself. So this one is a carrot, and I put like a chip bag in it because I didn't have a crinkly material, and I think it works just fine. I repurposed an old rattle. Sorry, my cat's meowing outside the door. For this mushroom. And this one kind of turned out big. I only had like a size 5mm, and it called for like a 3, and I was like, I'm just gonna use the 5, it's fine. And it's nice because this one hangs lower so he can kick it right now. And then I did this blackberry. And again, I repurposed a rattles in there. But yeah, I don't crochet too often, but crochet works up quickly, and there was just a couple things I still wanted to make for him while I was pregnant. So, so I definitely turned to crochet there. All right. So I guess I will get on to whips. I don't remember what's in what bag. Oh, this is something I got that I've been in love with, and I was definitely inspired by All Wool. I love her podcast. I guess some other podcasts I really like is Eliza OK. I love her. I think she's so fun. Knitting traditions. I'm amazed by what she can do. But yeah, there's so many great podcasters out here that I love to watch. But yes, definitely inspired by All Wool for this bag. It's the redesigned project bag, and it's so fun. It like opens like this, and then you can fit all your stuff in there, and then it has like a space to put your extra needles in here. Yes, very well made, like for a knitter. I love it. And then I am actually making this for a friend. She's very knit worthy. I've made her a sweater before, and she wears it all the time. So she actually, I don't like do things for commission, but she offered to pay me for my time to make this for her, as well as the yarn. And I'm using Noro yarn in, I think, I don't know. It says color 545, but I sent her like some, she wanted like a stripy poncho, so I sent her some of Noro yarns, like their gradients, and she picked this one out, and I think it looks so nice. She just wanted like a basic kind of, I guess I don't know if rustic is the right word, but kind of thick and thin yarn that a plain poncho that has, when you cut the strings, tassels at the bottom. So cute. I know it looks small because the needles are kind of pulling it down here, but this is gonna be so cute. And once it's blocked and everything, it's gonna look so good on her. I think I have 3 more balls of yarn, so I'm like halfway through. And then I'll probably use 1 ball of yarn just to get some really good tassels on it. But I'm excited to get that finished for her. And I'm using C-knit needles. I really like those. Yeah, that's what's in this bag right now. And I've been taking this one to work with me. I kind of have like projects for different areas, so I don't kind of get bored of just one thing. And because I feel a little overwhelmed with how many projects I have. And of course, now that I'm like getting the bug to start knitting again, I want to start new projects. Okay, quickly now, I went through and found this project. I'm using Sanduskarn, I believe Peer Gynt, and I think it's color 4813 and color 4008. And this was, I started this before I realized I needed to go down 2 needle sizes because I wasn't swatching. That's the real problem. And it makes me so sad to say this because I had gotten so far. I had cast off the body and was starting a sleeve. And sorry, it's really wrinkled because it's been like in a closet through a move and then just for a couple months. But I love these colors together. I am definitely going to rip this back and knit it again 2 needle sizes down, just because I'm in no rush and I love this yarn and I love this pattern, and I definitely want to make something I'm going to wear. So I just don't think I'm going to be happy with it at this looser gauge. So that's my plan for this. At some point in time, it's definitely not now. Yeah, that is this project. And I did have a scare at one point with moths, so that's why most of my stuff I've been keeping in plastic bags. But I think everything's safe. I don't remember the name for this pattern, but when we were on vacation in Orlando, my husband took me to a yarn shop. Bless his heart, it was like an hour outside of Orlando, but I'm so glad we went. It ended up, oh gosh, what is they ended up being Emma's Yarns. It's family owned by her family of Emma's Yarns, and it was so cute. I loved that store. They even had some redesigned project bags and such a lovely assortment of yarns. But they had like a whole selection of like all Emma's yarns, and then in the back they had sale yarns. They were super reasonably priced, and my daughter picked this one. I wish I could tell you. Oh, I do have this tag. I can get it out. I believe it's a DK. Crazy beautiful color. 100% superwash merino. Club April 2024. So I don't know if they make this color anymore. But my daughter's really into Lilo and Stitch, and so she picked out this color. And I am making her a pattern by Knitting for Olive that has the tie front. It's the little cardigan. I wish I could remember the name for you guys, but it's really hard to see, but I'm loving this yarn. So it's just a little raglan with the I-cord neckline. You start with like a provisional cast on. Yeah. So I'm just working on the yoke right now. there's like the first couple stitches on every row is different, like you're slipping and doing something kind of different just to make it neat on the front. And so typically like something stockinette like this, I'd be like picking up and doing all the time, but I keep having to look at my phone because I can't remember those few stitches. And so that's the only thing that's been a downside for me, or it probably would have been finished by now. But I do really like this one, and she keeps asking me to finish it for her, so I need to get on that. But I've been distracted by other projects. Let's see. This is the Dream Cardigan by Wool and Beyond, and I'm really liking it. I'm really scared to steek because I feel like my gauge isn't that tight on this, but I didn't want to go down any further needles. I'm on 3.5, but it's knitting for Olive. I have their silk, and then I think it's their fingering weight held together. I think it's Soil was the color. Don't have it. Oh, and I've also been keeping these like cedar wood chips in like all my bags. I don't know if it helps, but it makes me feel better. But yeah, I'm really loving this. I haven't been working on it so much as like a cute little like cap sleeves, and it'll just have like tiny little buttons down the front once I get it steeked. I bought enough yarn to also do the wrap skirt. I was just really inspired by her set, and I wanted it so bad. And I know it's going to take me forever, but maybe like in 3 summers I will have the set, and that's fine. And I hope I said Wool and Beyond. So it's her pattern, I don't know if it's the Dream wrap skirt, but she has a wrap skirt that ties, and that's knit in just the wool, not the mohair, and then the cardigan uses both. So I'm gonna hopefully get that cast on when this is finished. And I have this in my little mood bag. I love this guy. I think it's like the Saturn Mini. These are just so perfect, and your yarn can come out through here. And my sister-in-law made me this cute little mushroom. She beaded these for all the family members. Sorry, I won't focus. There we go. And she did different things for everyone. So she made Harbor like a gumball machine. It's so sweet. But yes, that is the Dream Cardigan. I think I just have a couple more things to show you guys. This is probably my most, what's the right word? I feel excited by this the most and proud of myself the most for this project. And it's in, I have the Saturn XL mood bag. I got this like 3 years ago, and then just like a year ago I got the black one because I use this so much. This one's perfect for sweater quantities, and I like just sitting it on the bag and knitting out of sitting it on the floor and knitting out of it like it was just like a basket. So perfect. And it has like a bunch of pockets inside. Love that. So this was actually a kit that I got from Biche Bouche, and it's their lamb's wool in the color gray brown. And so I got the kit for the size medium of the Smoky cardigan by Soup Knits. And I've been really enjoying this because I have the pattern printed out and I've just been marking it off with a pencil as I go. So I'm not like checking my phone constantly, and it's been really nice to not be like tied to my phone for a knitting pattern. So I think I might try and do that more often. But look at her. I'm so proud of myself. I started this while I was pregnant, and I got it to like where the underarms were connected, and then it took me like 20 minutes to do one row, and I just kind of put it away and was like, okay, I still want to do this, but not right now. And I just recently pulled it out, and so far I've done this much all the way around, so about 2 inches or so, and that's like one of the pattern repeats, and then I'm just going to do that one more time, and then I think I'm going to do the ribbing and everything, so I think it will be a good length. Probably go to about here, like hip length. I love this. I will say, I was so intimidated by this smocking stitch. It is so easy. It's just ribbing and then like pulling one, like kind of cinching in your stitches with like a little loop of yarn that you do. There's lots of tutorials on YouTube. And then the cables have been so fun and easy. And then I like the seed stitch. I just love it. It's beautiful. I like this color on me too. It's kind of similar to this color. And then I have this cute little, oh, where did I put it? I've been using this little cable needle by C Knit. But yeah, she's so beautiful. I love it so much. I ordered toggles to also kind of copy Soup Knit's, because they have one with buttons. It's like a pink version, and then she has an example of it in the same exact color and yarn with toggles, and I ordered those, and I'm so excited for this. I hope I can finish it by winter. I feel like winter here is kind of like January through March is when it's the coldest, so if I can just get this finished, I feel like it'll be like a warm blanket for like walks on the beach or just at work or things like that. So that's the Smoky cardigan by Soup Knits. And this is the last thing I have to show you guys. And again, sorry for talking so fast. I just want to get everything in before my sweet boy wakes up. I'm usually not this like on one, I guess. And I haven't even had coffee yet. I'm just very excited. But for future videos, expect me to be talking a little bit slower, probably have a drink in my hand, and it should be better quality because my husband will let me use his mic and camera. But I wanted to show this. I got this when I got the project bag and all my C Knit cables and needles because they didn't come with a needle case, and this has been perfect. It has a place to put all your cables, and then I have everything in here, all my needles, and then there's that pocket in the center. Sometimes I'll put like paper patterns in here, but I really like this as well. This is the last thing that I'm working on actively, and I just cast it on last night, and I'm so excited because it's so fun. I'm the kind of person who loves a lot of neutrals, but every so often I'll get into a phase where like I really just want like fun colors, and even if I don't wear them that much, I just find they're so fun to knit. And so I'm holding together, oh, that's kind of the back, so I'm just knitting another Sophie shawl, and I am using King Fiber mohair, and I will put the color down below. I'm so sorry, I did not bring, I have another full skein I didn't bring with me, but it's like this bubblegum pink with like pops of like rainbow colors. Love it. And I'm holding it with an alpaca yarn that I got in Mississippi. Me and my husband went on a trip to visit my dad in Mississippi, and we went to a stroke of genius an alpaca farm there, and this is Vanna, the alpaca. Like, we got to meet her. It was so cool. And I got this skein from there, and it's so soft, and it's hand spun. Isn't that crazy? And it's got like thick and thin bits. So I'm really, really excited for this. So I've just been holding those two together. And then my dad actually passed away last year, and he got me this yarn in Alaska. He was a pilot, and so he just loved to travel, but his base was out of Alaska, and so he went to like a local like native owned store, and they made quivet yarn from muskox, and this thing is such a luxury. Like, I wish I could knit a whole top in this, but it's so special to me because it was from him, and so I decided that I'm just gonna knit like a stripe into some of my projects so that I have like a little bit of this in it, and I think that's really sweet. So I also have some yarn from my grandma who's passed away, and I might do that with that yarn as well. But that was kind of my idea with this. So I just knit one pattern repeat for a stripe, and then I might do it a little bit later, so like maybe at the other end there's like a thicker stripe. But it's so special to me, and like hopefully one day I could pass this down to my daughter. But that was the idea of this. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope I didn't miss too much. If you have any questions, please drop them down below. I would love to chat. My goal with all of this is to kind of create like a sense of community. I've made an Instagram and a TikTok, and who knows how much I'll keep up on there. I work full time and have 2 kids, and I like to knit, and that takes a lot of my time too, and like family vacations and just being with family. So I will do my best. Hopefully like once a month or so here, or maybe some like extra fun videos if we go like visit a farm or go to like a fiber fest. There's one happening in Birmingham soon, and that's like 4 hours from us, and I have family there, so maybe that will be coming. That would be so fun. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.